cocaine. Oh Lord, thoughts in my brain are never sane. I'm never in control. Yeah. Out into that open door, somewhere that I've been before.
Welcome to the latest in a series of Minds Behind the Song. Today, we talk to Ugandan-born, Newcastle-raised singer-songwriter Victor Ray. Having recently penned a deal with Decca Records, this phenomenally talented vocalist became a TikTok sensation with his viral busking videos. With a vocal range that many would envy, Victor manages to power through his emotion. This can be no more evident than his latest single. Today, we talk about Comfortable. So, hello Victor.
Hey.
Before I talk about a stunning single, I just wanted to touch base with you on your journey with mental health. You've been quoted as saying that your industry is the one industry where past trauma can come back and actually help you. Can you expand on that?
Well, in my life and the way I write songs, I guess I learned to write from personal experiences. So like things that I go through, obviously when I started writing, the things I was going through maybe weren't as like deep emotionally, but that's just how I learned. So a lot of the songs that I've released, they're based off of like situations, you know, there's a lot of relationship kind of drama where I learned a lot about myself. And I found that I would go through like really, you know, terrible situations and bad situations, and then it's like such a blessing to be able to come out and like turn that into something positive. And then, you know, I go out on stage and there's hundreds and thousands of people that relate to it or like feel something from it. So it just feels like, yeah, I feel like I found like the one place where my trauma can be used for something good, at least in my life, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So, I mean, like, obviously you do talk about kind of people have a strong support network when they're going through tough times. Did you have a strong support network yourself with family, friends that you could talk to, or was it more of a struggle for you?
No, I have like quite a small circle, a small family as well, but very, very close. You know, I've got two siblings, both older, and then just my mum, and I've got a couple close friends. So I've had people around to support me, luckily.
Yeah. And the conversations about mental health with them, are they easy to have, or?
Yeah, not with everyone.
Yeah.
You know, coming from like African family,
Yeah.
it's mental health isn't talked about so openly. At least when I was young. Now it's easier to, with my mum in particular. But with my friends, yeah, we've always been quite open to talk about these.
Is that a struggle for you? Just thinking about that, was it a struggle for you not being able to talk about it, being kind of obviously in the UK and here being talked about more?
I feel like as I grew up, I feel like I brushed off a lot of stuff that I probably should have talked about more, and a lot of like even childhood kind of trauma and things like that. It's I guess because I wasn't in like very openly, the conversations weren't so open about specific mental health problems when I was a bit younger. I didn't speak as much, so I guess I did find it a bit more difficult then. Now that I've grown a little bit, I find it way easier to, and like I said, through my music, it's really allowed me to be quite open about like my mental health and like situations that I go through.
With you being open now, well, obviously there'll be other people watching this around your age that will be exactly the same things and being open themselves, just hearing you say that. So well done on that. Right, on to Comfortable.
Yes.
I can just say your performance of the song just there was simply stunning. It was
thank you very
amazing,
much.
mate. What was the motivation behind the song, and how did you decide that this was a time you should tell the world this message?
Good question. The motivation behind the song, I was basically in a long-term relationship from like when I first moved to London. So it was my first relationship, and it was, you know, it taught me a lot. I spent a lot of time after that relationship. It got very toxic. I'd written a lot of songs, and a couple of songs that I have out, you know, about the toxic nature of it and how I kind of villainized my ex in a lot of my songs. And Comfortable was kind of the first time when I was writing when I feel like I took a lot of accountability for it, because it's easy to like throw the blame when it's any kind of relationship, even family situations. You know, it's hard to take the blame. But this one, it was very much me accepting that, you know, choosing to stay in a bad environment is, you know, you're part of the problem yourself if you do that, and participate in any way. Like you can't just say that it's all someone else's problem. It's like a battle against human nature. I have a lyric in my song that says "War in my veins." can't get away, self-medicate, oh Lord. And it's kind of, I feel like as humans, it's quite self-destructive innately. And that lyric in particular kind of addresses that. And it's kind of like this battle with myself.
I do know, it's really positive that you self-reflect now, because obviously you're talking about, just then you're talking about how kind of it was very, very angst, and with a lot of angst, and then actually you take some time to self-reflect, it comes across as a different type of message, doesn't it? And I suppose that kind of, you get more strength from that.
100%.
It's fascinating how you talk about the control of your mental state. We just did a little bit there. And there's a lyric in your song, I'm not going to sing it, so don't worry, all right? There's a lyric in the song that says, thoughts in my brain are never sane, I'm never in control. Yeah, I was wondering if you think back to that time when you started writing a song, how did that feel, thinking about the control of it?
Yeah, when I was writing the song, it was a couple months after a breakup, and during the course of that relationship as well, it's kind of, I realized how I felt like my emotional state was out of my hands, and it was the first time I kind of felt like, I just felt like I couldn't control what was happening. I felt so kind of like I couldn't do anything. I had no agency. So writing that song and that lyric, thoughts in my brain are never saying I'm never in control. It's it's a quite honest and open lyric about how, I spiral in my head, and I had a real struggle with voicing what was in my head. And so all it would be is this kind of battle and like kind of torment, like me arguing against myself and villainizing myself, thinking that I'm the problem on everything, and like, why can't I, do the right thing? So yeah, that lyric is kind of that kind of internal.
It's such a powerful lyric, mate. And honestly, just being able to, for you to sing that, you don't know how much that's going to empower people to even kind of go for the same kind of thing. Go, look, things aren't great, and it just doesn't feel right. So honestly, just, you might kind of view that as a time in your past that was really, really hard, but you don't know that the time in the future, it's going to help many people.
I hope so.
Hearing that, you know? And as you just said, past trauma can help you your music, but it will also help the listener. We just touched on there about the process of writing the song. Can you talk to me about that? I mean, obviously you're in the relationship. Did some of the songs start to kind of happen within the relationship, or was it just a point where the relationship ended and you thought, right, this is a new outlook now, I'm going to write this song in this way? Yeah,
like during that relationship, I did write quite a few songs that, related to that situation. But this one in particular was quite a good enough time out of that relationship for me to see it more clearly. I feel like I needed to separate myself like properly and able to even be at a point in my life that I could write such a song in a way that's non-biased towards myself. So yeah, it was quite a while afterwards. So I felt like I had healed a little bit, and I was like just reflecting.
Oh, that's good. And obviously the song's really powerfully constructed, and hopefully it empowers the listeners, as I just said about listening to it. When you wrote the song, and when you're singing the song now, does the thought of the listener go through your mind? How they will receive the song when they're listening to it?
Yeah, it always does. Every time I write, I'm always thinking, like if I wasn't here in this room, because I have the context of like whatever environment I'm in. If I'm in like a bedroom or a small studio, and I'm writing these words and stories in this controlled space, so I understand every angle of this story I'm trying to tell. So I always have to think, if I'm not here, take myself out of this, and someone that I don't know is listening to this. It's not really about what I need to say that will make someone else happy. It's more, will everyone else understand what I'm trying to say? Because it's easy to kind of explain stuff in a way that doesn't get the right message across. Yeah. And I feel like I'm quite careful to, with the words that I choose, so that it's taken and
does that slow up the writing process then?
Yeah, I take so long writing a lot of the times. Like I will sit maybe with someone else or by myself, and I'm just on my phone, like on the notes page, and I'm just writing words, and like every line, because I've written so many songs, hundreds and hundreds over the years, and I write from experiences, and those are the best songs for me. That's kind of the best way I know how to write. I'm always, fighting to dig deeper and find something real to say, and I can't say something I've already said. So yeah, it takes quite a while to write sometimes.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And responses for the song. I mean, obviously, it's been out on YouTube, and TikTok, and all of these things. And have you read the responses? What have they been like?
Yeah, some stuff. People generally, this song, was taken very well. People loved it. You know, before it was released, when I was kind of promoting it online, it got so much love immediately, and I think that is also a credit to the songwriting in it. You know, what I had, there was 2 other writers in the room with me when I wrote it, and 2 producers who were good friends of mine, and so yeah, I'm glad that people really hooked onto some of those lyrics, even the ones that you just mentioned, because yeah, it just means that we did our job.
And we also just mentioned now you're writing with 2 other people.
Yeah.
That's kind of almost like you've got to really be open to them.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, if you're writing it your own self, but if you're writing with others, you've got to really convey your feelings at that time with them. How did you find that?
It was tough at first. Like I say, I've been doing this a while. I'd say probably I had my first writing session with someone else maybe 5 years ago, something like that. So it really depends on the people that you're with as well. But these guys, Farah and Kate, really made it quite easy to write with them. And yeah, you just kind of, as an artist, it's something you don't really learn until you do it, that you have to really unpack a lot of stuff. Yeah, if you want to write something real, I feel like, yeah. So.
And also you can tell when you're singing the song, can't you? If you've got
Exactly.
the emotions there. And it kind of leads me on to that really, is if you know, when you sing the song, does it have a new meaning each time you sing it, or and how hard is it to sing? Do you have to get back into that emotional state, or does the song become just suddenly lyrics and the actual emotion behind it goes?
Good question. I feel like the way I learned to sing was like emotion first and then technique afterwards. Like whenever I'd sing covers and stuff or anything like that, I'd always like connect with the story of the song. Whatever lyric I'm about to say, I found that I'd sing better when I really believed that lyric. So when I'm writing and performing these songs that I've written, it's quite easy to just jump into that, because that's kind of that's how I sing well, is by like really getting, delving into the story of whatever I'm singing. So yeah, but it does take on different meanings, especially when I speak to fans and stuff, and like what the song means to them and how it's affected different people.
And there's some days you if you're not in a good best of mental health states, that you feel, I just can't sing that song right now.
That has not happened yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did at some point.
Yeah.
Like, especially, and as I keep writing, songs will, I'll keep talking about real stuff. So there might be times where it's not quite as easy to sing.
Yeah. I'm going to go away from the song now and talk about your loves of music. If I was to get your iPad, Spotify playlist, and went right free shuffle, what would the 3 words that would be describing your music taste?
That's a good question. I feel like one of them is honesty, because I'm quite drawn to either even honest vocals or the words, lyrics. Power as well. I learned to sing like with the powerful side of my voice, so I'm drawn to vocalists that do that to me also. And then authenticity. I feel like the artists that I listen to and that I love are 100% themselves, and they really know how to write songs that really, if anyone else does it, it doesn't feel the same way. That's why I'm.
And a couple of names that you want to put those artists?
Yeah. J. Cole is one, Ed Sheeran's another one, and who would be my third? I love Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke, yeah.
I'd probably say that one.
So we know that music can really positively impact someone's mental health. Can you share an example of when a song, not one of your songs, but when a song has really helped you with your mental health and what it meant to you at the time?
Yeah. Actually a song by a guy called James T.W. It's called When You Love Someone. And it's basically a story about parents getting divorced and like the kid and the kids kind of going through and acting out because of that. And I think the lyric is, sometimes mums and dads fall out of love sometimes two homes are better than one. And I feel like I don't think I understood why I really was drawn to that song until, you know, I was a bit more grown. But obviously I come from, you know, my mum raised me. My dad left when I was quite young. So I feel like that really, for a good year, I was listening to that song a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Mate. Oh, mate, do you know what? We're coming to an end now. So just want to say it's really inspiring that you've been so open, honest, and it will really positively impact on people's mental health just listening to this interview.
I hope so.
And your music, your voice, just keep that going.
Thank you.
And I know it's the start of a very long journey, but you're going to have a massive impact on so many people. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much, man.
All
I
right,
appreciate
buddy.
it.
Cheers.
I'm stuck in all that I'm used to, and I shouldn't stay, but I choose to. I feel my heart every time I give it. I'm enslaved to the memories, and I play it safe so I never leave. Oh, it's day after day, I just dance with the pain. They say I'm more than the scars on my back, but all of my demons keep holding me back. Right into that open door, somewhere that I've been before. Can't seem to get no rest, trying to escape myself. I guess I'm lost, confess, I'm comfortable in this mess. Better the ache, I know I'm scared of the fate. I don't just like a hand to hold. At least I'm not alone. Pride lays the rules that I choose to abide. Yeah. Latching on, tempting me to die. Though it's flawed by design, I give in. Yeah. Oh, war in my veins, can't get away, self-medicate. Oh Lord, thoughts in my brain are never sane. I'm never in control. Yeah. Out into that open door, somewhere that I've been before. Can't seem to get no peace of mind. All these feelings never fade, and the pain won't go away, and it haunts me, and nobody's gonna save me. They say I'm more than the scars on my back, but all of my demons, they're holding me back. Oh, out into that open door, somewhere that I've been before. Can't seem to get no rest, trying to escape myself. I guess I must confess, I'm comfortable in this mess. Oh, better the hate that I know